Rebellion. How I miss the old days. Before the outbreak of war, the Raycorians called themselves a federation of planets, but we all knew the truth. Their all-powerful overlord of the capital planet, Brachus, had seized absolute and unquestionable power of his system. He believed it was his purpose to extend his foothold into neighboring systems and subdue them with superior force. A damned fool. For years, escalating tensions between the Raycorian Federation and her sister system, Scarania, were coming to a boiling point. Although Scarania did indeed begin its existence as a collection of Federation colonies, they had grown into independent states with their peoples and cultures. Whether it was a warning or pitiful excuse, the Overlord proudly proclaimed the birth of a new empire whose strength would cross planetary system lines. There was no shortage of loyalists within the Scaranian system. After all, they owed their existence to the vision of the Overlord. But the peoples of Veritas, Gemina, and Tresnia, the largest of all Scaranian planets, wouldn't bow so easily to this foreign invader. A coalition of planets such as this posed a significant threat to the Overlord's control of these territories, a threat that needed to be squashed out. After all, even the smallest spark could ignite even the greatest of forests. On March 3rd of the year 2367, the galaxy witnessed the breaking point that would forever change our fragile history. Protesters on Tresnia were conducting a peaceful protest of the recent military draft when Imperial soldiers arrived. Leaping from their transport ships in their pristine white uniforms, they attempted to break up what they called an unlawful gathering, as if they had any power of jurisdiction over the proud Tresnians. Uninvited and unannounced, the protesters boldly declared the Imperial soldiers had no right to end a peaceful protest. The tension hung in the air like a merciless weight, and the time for talking was over. Nobody knew who fired the first shot, but it didn't matter. The Imperial soldiers fired their blasters into the crowd with no mercy or restraint. Men, women, and children lay dead in the streets when the firing finally stopped. But there was one casualty that even the Overlord could not defend. King Rumbolt Galgard died amongst his people that day, forever fracturing any resemblance of peace that stood between the Overlord and the defiant planets of the Scaranian system. The eruption of the war can be traced back to that fateful day on Tresnia, when the proud Overlord allowed his greed and ambition to start down on the path that hurled the entire galaxy into 8 long years of bloody conflict.